And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Mahomes going to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. Fighting through, and he's got space. And out across midfield down to the 45. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. You look at this Raiders defense. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Here's 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you could almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
Mahomes now on first down. And this is caught by Wilson for a Chiefs touchdown. Garrett Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in Vegas. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. You still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. He's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Next, receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. The Raiders at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. You talk about this Chiefs defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever...
And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads, and you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
Yeah, 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
The tight end Kelce has it over the middle. Touchdown! Travis Kelce, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. He'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. It's a big play there for Vegas. 55 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third and 4. He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jacobs going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Jacobs again. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders.
What a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. Finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make our score 14-7. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This is 2nd and 8. Mahomes now to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Raiders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now they need 2. Here's 3rd down. Just they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. He'll look to throw. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. In motion left goes a tight end. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. Back to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Myers. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing. And they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Second and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Caught, it's Wilson. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll let this go for Adams. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a two-possession game might become three. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse,
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And off we go from Las Vegas. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. You look at this Raiders defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 43 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. Robert Spillane able to bring him down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Handoff now for Pacheco. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Throwing quickly to Wilson. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Garrett Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They enter play here number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 15. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Second and 6. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch on that one for Kelce, and it's a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
When the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. second down, here's Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of the times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a run with Pacheco. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Rice. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Here's Pacheco once again, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Pacheco. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Calling no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let him know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And this one is right through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level. And this may be the one to build on right here. It's the second quarter. They've got nothing on the scoreboard as of yet. They need to put something together, and this is a good start as they get the completion there for good yardage and a first down.
Now Adams. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Second down and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
2nd and 4. It's caught here by Adams. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 41-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Butker's kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
They're still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Mahomes. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Hunter Renfrow deep to return for the Raiders.
This will be fielded at the 17. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Second down and 3.
Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now after after the fumble recovery. It's Mahomes. Out to the right here to Wilson. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be second in a couple. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Second and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Touchdown!
Garrett Wilson
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw here. Looking deep for Adams.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He'll get this to Eckler, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw.
He'll let this go for Adams.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Eckler now between the tackles. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
44 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
Mahomes firing complete. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
Brandon, you know, this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Well, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Mahomes going to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it.
And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Jacobs again.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Josh Jacobs with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. He finds Wilson and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Mahomes now to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 84 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On first down, they go back to Pacheco.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 31, here comes second and a yard. This is Pacheco.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And his kick is absolutely perfect.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Chiefs are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 113 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And I think this defense knew what was coming, as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Taking in left side, it's Wilson.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the left hash, this from 39. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here's 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Pass complete. It's Adams.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Here's 2nd down.
They'll set up a throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3.
He'll drop to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Well, this game's not done just yet. A big conversion there on 4th down, and a big gainer as well. They're going to have to play perfect football from here and get all the breaks, but at least they're giving themselves a shot.
He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Back to throw here.
Same target. It's Jacobs again.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here's 1st down.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he will get into the end zone. So that shaves 2 more off the deficit as they now trail by 5. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So for Kansas City, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.